Hi guys, here's Paula, the crazy ozone lady, and I'll be answering some questions. So this is unedited, so this can be painful to watch, just a heads up. But also before we start, I just want to clarify where we stand. So if you're watching this and you're seeing like a decrepit, middle-aged woman, just so you know, I actually identify as a hot 24-year-old with a double D cup. So I identify as a trans Jessica Simpson, but when she was young and hot, with some Beyonce mixed in there. So just that you know where we stand. So if you see anything other than that, you're a sexist and an ageist and something else. I'm not sure, but something really bad. So, okay, now that we have clarified this, so I got a question, and the question was, what do I think about MMS? And the person said, I know someone who had EBV, so Epstein-Barr virus, and chronic fatigue syndrome, and he was able to cure himself with MMS, and he's got the test results to prove that. Okay, so first of all, what do I think about MMS? So MMS stands for Miracle Mineral Solution, or Master Miracle Solution, or something with miracle in there. And so so what this is actually sodium chloride, and they say that you have to mix it with some acid, so for example like some lemon juice, and that it will create chlorine dioxide, and that the chlorine dioxide is able to kill lots of different pathogens and cure autism, AIDS, and all sorts of things. So what do I think about this? So I don't have a final opinion on it, but first of all, when I hear miracle in the name of something, or of a product or a book or something, all my alarm bells go off. Because there's no such a thing as a miracle cure. So if some practitioner, some doctor or something proclaims that something is miraculous, with me, I immediately all my alarms go red. And so, yeah, as I said, so it's supposed to turn sodium chloride into chlorine dioxide, and I actually don't know if this really works well that way, if you really can transform sodium chloride into chlorine dioxide by adding lemon juice, but let's assume for argument's sake that this really happens like this. So basically, the question is chlorine dioxide. What do I think about this? And so chlorine dioxide is an oxidative agent, and it's actually approved to be used in food processing and in sterilization of different things, also in restaurants. So it is safe to ingest in tiny residual amounts, or at least that's what the authorities say it is. So, but it is an oxidative agent, and I'm also aware that Dr. Andrew Cutler, who was a chemist, and he's respected by many people, but I have found actually that he was wrong on many issues, but he was adamantly opposed to this MMS product. He said that this is straight poison, no one should take it, this is very dangerous, and he warned people not to take it. But I'm also aware that there are many people who claim that their kids got better, that their autism symptoms got better, that people cleared all sorts of infections, and just overall saw great health improvement. So I'm aware of those reports. So it does seem to help some people. The question is, does it also do some damage at the same time? And there is no good research on it, as far as I know. I found one case where a woman ingested a lot of, or possibly too much of this MMS, and she got really sick. She developed a condition, had to be hospitalized, and so on. So this is one reported case It may be that there were some confounding factors. I don't know. So there are reports of people having seen great results. Whether there are some side effects maybe later on that happen, I don't know. When I get asked about MMS, what I tend to do, I tend to steer people towards hydrogen peroxide. So hydrogen peroxide is also an oxidant, and it can also be diluted to tiny amounts so that it's safe to ingest. And hydrogen peroxide actually is also used as an IV solution by certain practitioners, but it's also in very small concentrations. And hydrogen peroxide, you can do hydrogen peroxide soaking baths. So this is a completely non-invasive therapy, but can be very beneficial. So I try to steer people towards that. Now, my personal experience with MMS is, I know I ordered that stuff around 10 years ago. I opened the bottle and the smell of the chlorine was so intense, I just could not bring myself to drink it, and I never did. So, I just couldn't imagine, the smell was just so repulsive. I thought, there's no way in hell that I'm gonna drink this, and I never did. So I have no personal experience with it. But, some people say, chlorine dioxide or sodium chloride, this is something that is naturally occurring in our bodies. It may be. I haven't researched this too much. I think some people also say that because we have sodium chloride with a D in our bodies, which is basically table salt, that they say, this is all natural and so forth. So, but this argument really doesn't hold water. This argument, I hear this so many times. People say, this is something that naturally occurs in our bodies, hence it is safe to take in bigger amounts. We also have hydrochloric acid in our stomach, but if you ingest hydrochloric acid in too high amounts, it will kill you. It will burn your intestines, and you will die. You can die. Hydrogen peroxide is also, our immune system hinges on the production of hydrogen peroxide. Our white blood cells produce hydrogen peroxide, but if you ingest or intravenously administer hydrogen peroxide in a too high concentration, it will kill you. Same with, you can even take water. We are made out of 70–80% of our bodies are water, but we can still get killed by a tsunami. So really concentration and amount is key. So, just saying it occurs naturally in our bodies, hence it has to be safe. This is not a valid argument, because if you're ingesting it or administering it in too high amounts or concentrations, it can still do great harm. So yeah, this is my opinion on MMS. I don't have a final opinion on MMS. I'm just aware of certain things people say about it, but in general, I try to steer people more towards hydrogen peroxide than to MMS. So that's my take. This is just a crazy ozone lady talking. Don't take this as medical advice. See ya.